Hi there, this is Cheryl. Welcome back to my channel. In one of my last videos, I had a request. NC467 asks, "Hi Cheryl, I'm wondering if you'd be willing to make a video on what inspired you to become an artist and what creative expression means to you." This is a really great question, and I have thought about doing this video, but I always got a little nervous. So I want to thank you for giving me a gentle nudge in that direction, because it is something I have wanted to talk about and share with you. So in terms of what inspired me to be an artist, a little story that popped up for me is that when I was younger, my dad, who was a retired paratrooper from the Army, when I was little, we would go out to dinner or we would be somewhere, and he had a little gold cross pen in his pocket lapel. He would pull out the pen and he would start to draw on the napkin, the paper napkin in the dinner table. And before dinner was over, it would be full of these little doodles, I guess, and he would just draw as he was talking, and it would be the way that he kind of managed conversations. He would always have his hand moving and he would always be creating something. Never would he describe himself as an artist, but it stuck with me. And those drawings, I can still see them and feel them, his little characters that he would draw. The other thing that inspired me is that I had a sister who was interested in sculpture. She, in a workshop in the basement, surrounded by my dad's tools and drills, she had some sort of armature set up. She would melt Gulf wax and use wire and create these beautiful figures. So I did grow up with a family who was creative, and my sister to this day also makes art. So that's the beginning. But I thought for this video I would do something a little bit different. I want to take you in a little Wayback Machine and show you some of my work over the last 37 years. Yes, 37 years. I graduated from Mass Art in 1988, and I've been making art ever since. So this video is going to be jam-packed with lots of imagery from my early years, and then I'm going to show you some of the work that I've been working on lately. So let's get started. By wisdom a house is built, Proverbs 24:3. I think of these paintings as visual archives of words, symbols, patterns, and textures. I weave these elements between invented landscapes. The landscape is an archetype. It's always present and always changing, and a source of deep knowing. The landscapes in these paintings are more about the places we think we know than the places we have actually been. I am interested in oral tradition. I collect old and contemporary proverbs from many cultures and weave them into my paintings. Sometimes they're easy to read and understand. Often, like life, they are in the background and require work to unravel their mystery. This series also has a quilt-like quality. I'm interested in how things that don't seem at all related have a power to inform and define one another. I have never been dogmatic about meaning in my paintings. Rather, I prefer the viewer to open the doors to explore relationships in the work and in themselves to quietly discover their own meaning. There is an ebb and a flow in the journey to wisdom. Wisdom is held in our stories and oral traditions as they're handed down from culture to culture. We gather wisdom from the texture of our memories, the brocade of grandmother's reading chair, the fraying quilt in the attic. The ebb recedes and falls away into the distance like a soft murmur of falling leaves. We gain understanding from the bits and pieces contained in the ebb. The bits of wisdom then form the flow. The flow occurs as the fragments are placed side by side and examined in quiet, still reflection. There is an ebb and a flow in the journey to wisdom. Wisdom is contained in our deepest understanding of the earth beneath us. It is contained in the vast, always present sky. I'm weaving together archetypes, symbols, and language. My paintings are more about questions than answers. I rely on the viewer to move into the space of the painting, make visual connections, and find deeper meaning. So this is my studio. It's in the Boston SoA district. It's the south end of Boston. It's an artist building, and I've been there since the mid-90s. It used to be an old whiskey factory with creaky elevators and sloping floors. I make my paintings here, my large-scale paintings and my monoprints, and I store all my large artwork here. And finally, in November of 2022, I exhibited my work at the Academy Art Museum in Easton, Maryland. The exhibition was called Abstract Surge, and this exhibition featured a range of my works on paper and through different periods, but they all were exploring the intuitive, organic shapes that I've started to work on, and patterns and textures, and just abstract language using mixed media material. But again, I'm creating all of these shapes as though we're going into a microscope, and I'm still asking the viewer to look within themselves and see what it is that they see and make connections between things that don't seem to go together. So that's where I will leave you. Thanks so much for watching. I want to leave you with 3 thoughts. First of all, you don't need to be good to start making art. Just start. Art isn't about perfection, it's about exploration. It's about expression and joy. Every artist, no matter how skilled, was once a beginner. Secondly, art is a conversation. It's not a test. You're not providing anything to anyone. You're showing up, just playing and seeing where it takes you. Let curiosity, not judgment, guide you. And thirdly, the world needs your unique voice. No one else sees, feels, or experiences life exactly like you do. Your art, whether it's simple sketches in a sketchbook, big paintings or sculptures, or music, adds something valuable to you, and therefore it adds something valuable to the world. Okay, with that said, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. But please let me know in the comments, what inspires your creativity? I'd love to know. Okay, bye.